All right, I've got a 10-minute booty and hamstring blaster for you today. You don't have to have the same machine as me. You don't have to have the same springs as me. We're going to be using a heavy spring load. So whatever your heaviest spring load is for legs, use that. I have my handlebars turned inward. Your machine already might be set up like this. We'll go ahead and get started. I am laying down on my carriage with my heavy springs on. Glutes are all the way down, almost over the springs, and then my heels come up to my handlebars. I lift my hips and then press out into a hamstring press, keeping the hips lifted, and then bending my knees in, trying to keep those hips lifted as you move through this. Bend and extend. Feels a little bit lighter with both of your legs down, but that's what we're looking for just for this warm up here. Booty and hamstring. Good. Let's go halfway hold in 5, and 3, 2, and 1. Halfway hold. Now we'll just march out the feet, starting with the right first, then the left, just marching them out. Feeling your weight shift from glute to glute as you pick one leg up and leave the opposite firmly planted on your heels, right there at the top of your bar. In 10 seconds, your right foot will lift, your left foot stays planted. In 5, we got a single leg press. 3, 2, and 1. Left foot stays planted, right foot lifts up, pressing out. This is a single leg press, and then dragging right back in. If you want to take a little hip bridge, take a little hip bridge, kind of restock, reset those hips, reset your glutes. Good. So now as we drive out, we'll start to rock our right foot down and then lift it back up. Good. Adding that additional rock up and down. Feel like get quite a bit heavier as you move through this. In 10 seconds, we bend our left knee, slide in, keep that right toe pointed toward the stars. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Hold it right here. Now just poke it up and down. Little hip bridge. Right toe is poking a hole through the ceiling. We'll swap legs, do the same thing on the other side in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Swap legs. Same thing on the other side. Left toes now are lifted. Right heel is down. We bend and extend. Bend and extend. Just full range of motion. If you feel your lower back, reset. And then get right back into it. Core is activated, nice and engaged. Start to rock your left foot down as you straighten out your right leg. And then taking those toes back to the stars as you bend your knee. You'll feel the hips drop ever so slightly. Pressing firmly through the back of your arms will help keep you lifted. Ten seconds. Bend your right knee. Poke your left toes to the stars. We'll lift up and down in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Halfway hold. Poke it up and down. Little hip bridge. Like you're taking your toes to the stars, poking a hole in your ceiling, whatever you want to call it. Good. We'll back to full range, both heels firmly planted in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Both heels firmly planted, back to full range. Add a little hip bridge every time. Full range of motion with a hip bridge. Dropping that vertebrae, that spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae, almost like a chain. Good. And then back out to your press. Like a chain, dropping link to link, massaging out your spine. Then lifting your pelvis, going up vertebrae by vertebrae on the way up. We're flipping over to a tabletop position in 10 seconds, taking your right foot to the bar now. We got a single leg hamstring press in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Let's invert this. Tabletop position. Right foot comes up to my handlebar, your bar, whatever you call it on your machine, still on your heavy spring load. And then we extend and release. Center glute and hamstring here. Not going to be here for very long. Dropping a spring if this feels too heavy. Micro bend in your elbows. 10 seconds, you got a halfway hold. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1, halfway hold. Now pulse it out and in, little tiny pulses out and in. Good, 8 seconds. We'll go back to full range to finish. In 3, 2, and 1, back to full range of motion. 10 seconds, same thing on the other side. Swap those heels. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Same thing on the other side. Maybe roll out your hips for a quick second and then get back into it. Left heel is up this time. Right knee is down. Just full range of motion for now. Slow and steady wins the race. Try not to tap the carriage and the front platform together at any point. We'll go 8 seconds. You got a halfway hold. In 3, 2, and 1, halfway hold. Now just pulse it out and in. Kick through your heel so that your center glute feels this. Your hamstring, your quad is probably lighting up as well. We'll go back to full range in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Back to full range of motion. Controlling the movement as always. Eight seconds, fire hydrants, starting with that right leg. In 3, 2, and 1, fire hydrant. Come to your tabletop position, scoot forward a little bit more. If you have posts, you can take your hands on the posts or down onto your carriage. Right knee bends to 90 degrees, and then we lift up and drop down. I like to come also sometimes onto my forearms, especially if you have wrist sensitivity. Fire hydrant, like a little doggy peeing on a fire hydrant. Open up those hips. Squeeze your outer glute. You got 10 seconds. We lift it open and pulse it out. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Lift it open, just pulse. Foot stays hung there in midair. We're just pulsing for 10. We'll do the same thing on the other side in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Same thing on the other side. Lift that left knee, bend it to 90 degrees, and then open it up. Fire hydrant, foot stays hung in midair, like always. We're just swiveling that knee open and closed. Open and closed. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Ten seconds, you open it up. We pulse it out. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Open it and pulse it. Ooh, small movement, very spicy. We'll drop all of our springs except for one light spring in 10 seconds. You got a hamstring curl. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Drop all of your springs except for one light spring. This is your final movement. I'm gonna turn my handlebars outward. You can just drop your bar down and then plant your feet firmly on your platform. Glutes are all the way down near your springs. You lift your hips and then hamstring curl out and in. This is going to be quite a bit spicier on the back of the legs. Now that we have one light spring on, especially on the eccentric, when you have to pull yourself back in, your balls of your feet stay planted the entire time. They tend to want to pick up here, your toes lift. Try to keep it planted. And then a smaller movement, if you feel that those balls of your feet need to lift up, if your hips need to drop down, that means you need to take a smaller range of motion. Yeah, this is where we finish. We'll go 10 seconds, halfway hold, little pulses. In 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Halfway hold, little pulses. Squeeze your glutes to lift up. Release your glutes to drop down. Good. Extra pinch at the top there. Press through the back of your arms. We'll march it out to finish out this series in 5. Right foot first. 3, 2, and 1. March it out. This is how we finish. Woo. 15 seconds left. You drop out of this. In 10 seconds, keep marching, keep moving. For 5, you drop out, we stretch. In 3, 2, and 1. You're done. Stretch it out, get some water, lots of protein. Maybe grab another class from my channel if you want to do core or upper body or more legs, and I'll see you next week.